Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Noah with Broke Boy Comics here. We are at the Appa Hotel for King Kon in Islip, New Jersey. Took about a 2.5 hour drive here. So we're walking inside now. We're going to see what we can find and possibly get some good stuff today.
King Kon. I'm here with Broke Boy Comics, one of the brokest dudes I've ever met in my life. Very close behind me too, because I'm broke as well. But check out Broke Boy Comics. It's a great channel and a great member of the community. And also check out Comic Book Canon and Josh's comics.
Yeah, you had to put the other plug in there. And there you guys have it. That was King Kon 2025. A super fun show. It was awesome to get to have the time to go down there. And one of my favorite parts about the show was that I got to see a ton of people that I don't get to see all the time here in Connecticut. Everyone down in the New Jersey, Pennsylvania area. It was super cool to see all of them. We had Justin from No Good Comics. We had the other Justin, as well as Milton the Manimal from the Comicom Podcast. I'm repping their shirt right now. And they were set up with V. Ken Marion, who is an amazing artist. He does some awesome work, specifically right now for Green Lantern, which is really cool. And I also got to see Joe 360 Comics, as well as Josh from Josh's Comics. Always a pleasure seeing them. Josh, I've only met twice now after King Kon, so super cool again to see him. Some other people I got to see down there was Mike from Lunch Money Comics. He made the trip down as well as Three Men in a Basement. They were set up at the show, as you guys saw from the footage. So we had Chinmo, as well as Roger, and Mike the Beast was also there. helping out with the booth. So it was a super fun time hanging out with friends. I went down with my buddy Jesse, Planet Mayhem, who's on Instagram. You guys go follow every single one of these people, whether on Instagram or YouTube, and check them out for whatever they have to offer. And I hope you guys enjoyed my new intro that I put together. It was super fun to make, and it is all clips from my previous videos. So if there was a clip that you didn't recognize in there, maybe you should go back and watch a video that you haven't seen of mine. But anyways, I can't wait to be changing it up in the future with different clips from future videos that I'm gonna make. And it's gonna be super fun, a little interchangeable intro for your viewing pleasure, and I really love it. I was rocking out to it the entire time I made it, so I really hope you guys enjoyed. Alright, so let's get into the stuff that I got from the show, as well as at the end give you my final thoughts. So let's kick it off with what actually Justin from the Comicom Podcast gifted me at the show, which this stuff is super cool. I can't wait to show you guys, so let's get right into it. So the first two things I want to show off that I got from Justin is these two big books. He knows that I'm a huge Batman fan, so he gave me this. So this is Batman 100 Greatest Moments, and it is a history of Batman, and it's super cool. I flipped through it. It literally goes through all of his biggest moments in his storyline. It has visuals of the pages, which is super cool. And yeah, and it literally goes through every single moment that defines who Batman is, as well as his characters as well. You see even Catwoman is in here. It talks all about the villains, and you know, it basically goes from the beginning of his origins all the way to, I believe, 2011 to 2014 this was published. So yeah, this is super cool. I can't wait. You know, when I have some free time, I'm definitely going to start reading through this, even though I know a good amount of what's in here, but it's always good to refresh. And if you guys ever see this and want to give this to maybe a beginner comic book collector, I think this is super awesome. And the next thing I got here is a visual history of Batman. This cover art is done by Jason Fabok, which is super cool. It also kind of wraps into the back as well, and we have a ton of characters on there. And this one, I think I enjoy this one a little bit more. We also have another kind of sketch Batman of Jason Fabok on there. Again, super cool. It does come with visual prints, which is very nice, and even one of the sketch. Maybe I'll get this signed by Fabok if I ever run into him at a show. We'll have to see. But this book here is super cool because, again, we have the visual history, but in this one, it actually goes per year, which I think is really cool. So again, it starts at the very beginning of Batman's history, and I'm just flipping through it, you know, in chunks. But it has pretty much every year, and it even tells you, you know, with iconic covers, like some of these I own, it'll give you a little synopsis of what the story is, which I think is super cool. It even has like Batman and the Outsiders, has Superman annuals, Detective Comics too. So I think this is really cool again, and of course, amazing art from the comics. Again, like I was saying with the last one, this is great for a beginner collector, kind of learning the history a little bit. And yeah, this is just super cool. I'm excited to just have this on the shelf pretty much. And read it, obviously. Alright, the next handful of stuff that I have is a handful of posters that he gave me. The first one here being a movie poster of The Killing Joke, which Brian Boland did the art for this, which is super cool. One of my favorite stories and one of the best stories in Batman overall. And the movie was pretty good as well, so if you haven't checked out or read this, absolutely go do so. The next one I have here is a very nice art of Harley Quinn on a motorcycle, and this art is done by Raphael Albuquerque. And yeah, this is super cool, honestly. It's really nice looking. If I ever see him at a show, I might get this signed and possibly, you know, hang it up on the background. And yeah, guys, as you can see, I totally forgot to mention it before. I have a new background. I took down the caution tape. We put up some onomatopoeia from comic books. The caution tape was just, it was getting a little old. I had to change it. But anyways, this again is a super cool print. Next one I have here is actually signed. This is signed by Trevor McCarthy, who also obviously did the print. And this is super cool, almost like a steampunk Batman print. I think it's awesome. This is definitely super cool. Very happy that he gave me this and all of these in general. The next one I have here is definitely one of my favorites. This is a Tony S. Daniel print with this signature right up there in gold. I think this is amazing. Tony S. Daniel is one of my favorite artists from the Batman run. His work on the 600s, and I believe he also did the 700s issues, which only went up to 713, but I really love his art on a lot of the covers and the interiors of comics. So I absolutely love this poster. I definitely will probably be hanging this one up as well. And the last one I have here is something unexpected. I had to look up the signature of this one because I didn't recognize it at first because he's not around anymore. So this one here is the cover of Teen Titans 61, I believe. Yes. Amazing black and white. There's no trade dress up there, but this is signed by George Perez. May he rest in peace. I absolutely love George Perez's artwork, specifically on the Teen Titans, as well as his work on Crisis on Infinite Earths. An amazing artist. I wish I was in the hobby long enough to see him around. Unfortunately, he has passed away, but this is amazing. This is definitely staying in the collection. Thank you again, Justin, for all of the amazing things you gave me. I know he was kind of clearing out a little bit of his collection, so he knew a big Batman fan he can gift it to since he was seeing me that day. And yeah, again, thank you so much. I am very appreciative of everything that you've given to me, and this will all be staying with me for a very long time. Alright, and now that I've shown off those, let's cut to the background and show you all of the amazing comic books I got at the show. Alright guys, here we are turned around to the background, and for your visual pleasure, I did put some of the posters I got from the show in the back so it's not completely boring. I am a little sad that I still don't have a ton of stuff on my bookcase right now, but I'm hoping very soon that I can finally get everything back to the way it was before, with even better stuff. But anyways, let's go ahead and get right into the comic books I got at King Kon 2025. To start off here, we are going to put a little Funko Pop here. We have the Joker from the 1989 Batman movie with the glasses and the wind-up teeth, which is super cool pop. This is something they came out with recently, so very cool to have that. But anyways, let's get right into what I got at the show. So the first two things I want to show you is also something I got from Justin from the Comicom Podcast, and it is this. So this here is a art book done by Mad Love, who I looked up their Instagram, and they highlight a bunch of different artists, and they teamed up with the Comicom Podcast to create an art book with a ton of amazing pieces on the inside. I unfortunately will not show them on the YouTube channel just because they are a little flirtatious, I'll say. But anyways, I did get this one. You can see it says Comicom 1 up there, a Mad Love art book, April 2024. And you can see down here as well, it is a 25 out of 25. So very cool to get the very last one they ever made, but there are only 25 sets of these. And what I mean by sets is I also got a virgin cover of it. So without the Comicom 1, without the Mad Love logo in the bottom left there. So this is super cool. Obviously right here we have Ahsoka Tano from Star Wars. I absolutely love the cover of this, as well as all the art on the inside as well. So very cool to be getting that from Justin from the Comicom Podcast. That is awesome. Again, thank you so much for those. The next round of books I have here are all from Chinmo from 3 in the Basement. Of course, I pretty much always stop at his booth, and I'm always looking through it, and I'm hanging out there. So, of course, I usually buy something as well. And this time, I got a few more issues added to my new 52 Batman run. So that's super cool. I did not get any keys, but here is what we have. So we have Batman issue number 14, an awesome cover with Joker, with Joe's Garage uniform. I'm not sure. Again, I still haven't read this yet, but a very cool cover done by Greg Capullo. So next one we have here. Oh no! And this is why I do books one at a time. Next book we have here is Batman issue number 15 from the New 52 run. Again, another awesome Joker cover right there. Super, super cool. Not a key again. Just Capullo goodness. Going on here again, not doing multiple books at a time anymore. We have here Batman issue number 16. Again, these are all pretty much just great Joker covers, where it was after he skinned off his face, and so you can see why it's kind of looks a little weird, but anyways, and again, another awesome Greg Capullo cover right there of Batman issue number 16, part of the Death of the Family storyline, so very, very cool. Next one I have here is Batman issue number 17. So we have 4 different books that are pretty much all right next to each other, 14, 15, 16, and 17, which was a gap I was missing in my New 52 run, so it was super cool to finally fill in that gap right there in the Death of the Family storyline. So very, very cool. Happy to add each and every one of these into the collection and get that much closer to completing my Batman New 52 run, so there we go. And next round of books we have here is a handful of issues to the Walking Dead series that I, again, am also working on. And these I bought all from Zap Comics, who is a comic book shop down in New Jersey, where I see No Good Comics, that's his LCS. You'll see him post all about it on Instagram. Whenever there's a new comic book day, he always goes there. So again, super cool to run into him, and super cool to shop at Zap Comics booth at King Kon, because again, great thing about this show was I got to see a ton of people that I don't normally see up here in Connecticut, so it was a plethora of new inventory that I have never seen before. So here we go, getting started here with The Walking Dead number 77. Not a key whatsoever, just an awesome, well, honestly, creepy cover there with someone peeking through the window of someone getting dressed. So very, very interesting, but we have that filler into the collection. Next one we have is The Walking Dead number 88, a super cool cover with a walker getting his head sliced off. Not a key again whatsoever, but there's another book that I needed to fill in my run, so very happy to add that into the collection as well. Next one we have is The Walking Dead number 89. Again, one after the other right there, but this one, again, not a key in any sense, but another filler I needed for my Walking Dead run, so very nice. And continuing with the Walking Dead run, we're going with some variant covers. So this one here is of The Walking Dead issue number 100. This one is the first appearance of Negan and Lucille, but is also the death of Glenn. Very, very sad, but very cool issue. They made a ton of variants of this, including this one by Frank Quiley of this very creepy grandma walker with blood everywhere. It's a very cool cover, but I did not have it, so I had to pick it up, obviously, and Frank Quiley does some amazing work, so there we are, a Walking Dead issue 100 variant. Next one I have here is another Walking Dead issue number 100 variant. This one, however, is done by Brian Hitch, and this one is very, very cool. I'm not very familiar with Brian Hitch's art, however, this cover just immediately spoke out to me with all of the walkers and the one person, beating them all away. Very cool cover, and I'm very happy to have found this and picked it up. And cutting in the middle of our variants here, we actually have another filler. Is The Walking Dead number 106. Very cool cover with, I believe that is Rick, and it has a ton of panels from The Walking Dead in the back, so a very cool cover. Right over here would actually be great for a little sketch now that I'm looking at it, but anyways, another filler for The Walking Dead run, so super happy to pick it up. Next one we have here is The Walking Dead number 115. This is a 2013 New York Comic Con exclusive. This is part of the All Out War storyline, and as you can see here, a walker getting hit in the face with a Empire State Building kind of statue. Looks like probably a souvenir, but I think that's super cool. Definitely a very cool variant for a Comic-Con exclusive in New York, so very happy to have found that and have picked it up. Oh god. Alright, and since that poster was not cooperating, we put the George Perez in its place. But anyways, next book we have here, and the last Walking Dead book that I picked up for the day was The Walking Dead number 132. This one here is a Loot Crate exclusive, and as well as a key, this is the first cameo of Alpha, which Alpha is one of the most interesting villains in the Walking Dead run, part of the Whisperers, and very, very cool to get cameo first appearance. And yeah, this is just a very cool Walker Loot Crate exclusive that I was able to find, so very happy to pick that up as well. Again, a lot of free space for maybe some sketches around there, who knows. But very happy to add this and the rest of the Walking Dead issues into my series. Alright, and we are dwindling down to the last few books of the con, and we are getting some bangers here. Starting with this one, this is The Spectre number 22. And for those of you who do not know this book, this is actually the first published Alex Ross cover at DC. And Alex Ross, if you're not familiar with his work, I highly suggest you go check out his Instagram and just look at the plethora of amazing art that this man does. I absolutely love a lot of his comic book covers. I've gotten him in the past. If you watch my past videos, you will see. And yeah, I'm super happy to have picked this up. I have been interested in this book for a while, even though I don't collect the Spectre. Just having this Alex Ross cover in the collection is super cool, so very, very happy to pick this up. And I believe, from what I remember, I got this as well from Chinmo from 3 Minute Basement, so thank you again, buddy. Very happy to pick that up. And I will emphasize this when I say it, this is the last Raw book that I got from King Kon, and this is definitely one of my favorites. This is The Amazing Spider-Man number 198. I got this guy here from The Amazing Murfinator, who was also set up at the show, along with his buddy Sean, who I see them both constantly. They are from Massachusetts, so I do get to see them in Connecticut, but it's always great to see them, as well as the other people I'm familiar with down at King Kon. I did pick this up from him, and this is probably one of my most favorite covers from the Amazing Spider-Man run. I absolutely love pretty much every Mysterio cover that's in the Amazing Spider-Man run. This one specifically, I've been interested in this one for a very long time. I saw it on his wall, saw the condition, and I had to pick it up. So this is an amazing cover from 1979, and it is said to have Bob McLeod contributions in it, him working on the ink, which Bob McLeod, I've seen him at a ton of shows, and now I can possibly get something signed by him. So this is very awesome. Super happy to add this into the collection. And if you guys are longtime viewers of my channel, you may remember back in Terrificon, where I started a project where I would give a Batman sketchbook to different artists, and I'd have them draw a head sketch on it of a different villain, and I'd let it be their choice. It was going to be a completely surprise to me. The first one, if you remember, I had was Mr. Freeze, coincidentally my favorite villain, so super cool to get him first. And I constantly bring that along to every single show, and I hope to find someone that I'm interested in getting another head sketch added. And this was the day where I finally got another one. My second head sketch all the way back from Terrificon all the way in August, so August all the way to March, was finally I got a new head sketch. And I got this done by Jonathan Uribe, and I will show it to you as I talk about this actually. He did this amazing penguin head sketch here. Absolutely beautiful. I'm blown away by the detail of this. And I will again put this right here as I talk about this artist, Jonathan Uribe. Hopefully I'm saying his last name right. He does some amazing detailed artwork. Currently he's doing some covers for Spawn. He's done one for Gunslinger Spawn and a few for Medieval Spawn as well, and he absolutely kills it. This is the first time I heard about him was at this show, so very happy that I was able to bring this along with me and get a new head sketch on it. He was a super nice guy. Very awesome to meet him. I did get a picture with him as well, of course, because he did an amazing art piece. And I am super happy to have added another head sketch to this project that I started back in Terrificon. And yeah, now we are filling it in. We probably have maybe 2 or 3 more spots on the front cover, but we do always have the back as well. So very cool to add another head sketch to this project. So now we have Mr. Freeze by Ryan Santos, and down on the bottom right, we have The Penguin by Jonathan Uribe. So very happy. Thank you so much. If you guys want to check him out, he does have an Instagram. absolutely go give him a follow. He does some amazing artwork, and check out the covers he's done for Spawn so far. They're freaking amazing, as you saw when I was putting them on the screen. So very, very happy for this awesome sketch. Alright guys, and getting down to the last few, the second to last book I have here. You did see it in the footage, and I got this from Mike the Beast. He did bring a handful of books to sell, and they were all slabs, and I saw this one, and because of a recent pickup, it was hard to say no at the price he gave it to me for. That book being Ghost Rider number 2. I do have to back this up actually. Ghost Rider number 2 in an 8.0 white pages. This here is the first full appearance of Damon Hellstrom, and is also the first appearance of the Son of Satan in cameo. The story is continued in Marvel Spotlight number 12. And again, guys, as I say from a recent purchase, that is falling back. Wow, everything's falling in this video. Sorry about that. But anyways, like I said, from a recent pickup, I recently got Ghost Rider number 1 in a 7.5. And again, it was hard not to say no, this being a well-known first appearance and a well-known cover as well. This is not an expensive book by any means, so super happy to have picked that up. It is an 8.0, which is great coming from 1973. However, because this book is so inexpensive, you know, I may upgrade it in the future. We'll have to see. However, this is going to pair very nicely with my Ghost Rider number 1. So very happy. Thank you again, Mike, for bringing this along with you and for giving me a good deal on it. So very happy to pick this up and add it into the Ghost Rider collection. And the last book I picked up here is an addition to my Batman Rogues collection, and super happy to have found this and made a trade deal with Joe from 360 Comics. I actually traded away my 6.0 Detective 373, the second appearance of Mr. Freeze, and I traded it with some cash for this book, and I'm super happy to have picked this up because this gets this out of the way as well as filling a hole for my Batman New 52 collection. That book being, if you haven't guessed by what I said already, is Batman number 6 in a 9.8. This one, sorry for the glare here, but this one is the first full appearance of the Court of Owls. I'm not 100% sure why CGC doesn't put it on there. I was looking at all the books that came before it, and I think it mentions a few cameo appearances, but it never actually says a full appearance of the Court of Owls, even on the one that is considered the first full appearance of the Court of Owls. So that is a little frustrating. I wish it said it on there. Hopefully they get that fixed pretty soon. But again, this is an awesome book to have in the collection, as well as to have for my Batman Rogues collection. And I'm super happy for Joe for 360 Comics giving me a little deal on this and for allowing me to add into my collection. So thank you again, Joe. And I will always see you in the future and most likely buy from you, even if it might not be in your claim sales anymore. But I'm very, very happy to be adding this awesome book into the collection. And there we have it. That was all of the amazing stuff I got at King Kon 2025. And there you guys have it. That was my haul from King Kon 2025. Not a super big one in any case, but super big as far as the significance of the books that I got and the other things that I got as well. I'm very, very happy to have walked away with what I did from this show. And my overall thoughts about the show, totally worth it. Again, the 2.5 hour drive really wasn't that bad by the end of the day. I got to go to a new show that I've never been to before. I got to go to a state that I don't normally visit and see a ton of people that I don't normally see. So it was very, very fun and very worth it to go to. If you guys are in my area, Connecticut or New England in general, and you want to take the time to drive down to the next one in 2026, I absolutely think you should, to at least experience once. It is not a big show whatsoever, but it is very awesome to see all of the other books that you don't normally see up in New England and see the other people that aren't normally up there as well. So again, absolutely worth it to go to this show. If you guys are in the immediate area, I don't know why you haven't checked it out. This is probably the 5th or 6th one that they've done so far. Greg, who puts on the show, he does an amazing job. And there was a raffle for a giant size X-Men #1, which was very, very cool. I unfortunately was not part of the first 100 people through the door to get a ticket, but the fact that they're giving away at a show is super cool. So again, guys, absolutely worth it to go to this show. And I will say I am very satisfied with the books that I got. My favorites of the haul being the first Alex Ross DC cover, as well as this amazing Spider-Man Mysterio cover. I absolutely love these two books. Absolutely worth it that I was able to get a new head sketch to my project, so I'm very happy about that. And some 2 awesome slabs to go into the collection. So very, very cool to add all of this stuff, as well as all the fillers books that I got for the runs that I'm collecting. And guys, again, absolutely check out this show next year if you are within driving distance or have the time or just want to go even if you're super far away. I definitely think it was worth it. A very awesome, fun time. And I was also able to eat White Castle the first time. So a win day for me. A very awesome show. And guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, guys, collect what you love, but don't go too broke while doing it. I hope to see you all in the next video. Take care.